Right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tom Budge. I am an assistant director over here in FAU's admissions office. We have a very fun-filled half an hour or so planned for everyone joining us today. So what we are going to do is we're going to have basically a Q&A session with some of our current students. So for all of you watching, please drop your questions in the chat and we're going to answer them as best as we possibly can. So without further ado, I am going to pass over to Anita, and she's going to introduce herself.
Okay. Hello, guys. My name is Anita Higgins. I'm a junior year at FAU, and my major is accounting. Things I'm involved in on campus is I'm a peer mentor. So basically, I'm the first friend that you meet here on FAU campus, and I tell you more about campus life and any questions you guys have about classes, as well as I'm a part of the student government organization where I'm a part of the House of Representatives. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can also ask me questions about that. And I also currently live on campus. So any housing questions, I could probably answer that to the best of my ability as well. I'll now pass it over to Jermaine.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Just to briefly introduce myself, my name is Jermaine. I'm a second-year junior out of Jacksonville, Florida, major. And as Onelia said before, I also have lived on campus both years that I've been here, so I am pretty knowledgeable about the campus and the events that are held. So if you do have any general inquiries, I'll be glad to answer those questions for you. As well, this is also my first semester as a student admissions representative for the school. So if you have any questions as far as balancing work life and school life at the same time, or just any general questions that you have in general, I'll be glad to answer those questions for you. That's going to cover it for myself. I'm going to hand it over to Max.
Hello, everyone. My name is Maxwell Simonson. I'm a junior here at FAU, majoring in business finance and computer science. I'm actually born and raised in Boca Raton, Florida, so I'm very familiar with the area, and I'm also very involved in the student university. I'm in student government. I'm the forthcoming student body president, and the tennis club, the neuroscience club, and different Christian ministries on campus. If you have any questions in the community or just student involvement, you can always let me know. Thank you.
Awesome. So welcome, everyone. Thank you for your intros. I'm hoping that gives everyone watching a good idea of what kind of questions they want to ask, what kind of stuff we are geared to help you out with. So I can't see any questions coming through in the chat quite yet. So please go ahead and drop those in there. But I'm going to ask you all the age-old question, right? This is kind of why we're here today. So I want to know why you decided to choose FAU. And Max, we know that you're the upcoming student government president, so we're going to touch on that a little bit more as well. So I tell you what, Anita, we're going to start with you. Why did you choose FAU?
I chose FAU because it was a great opportunity for me to network and meet people. Plus, FAU works with a lot of amazing organizations all over the community. So it's a great way to branch off, meet new people in different industries, and like create a network for myself as I'm planning on going to the accounting firm. So that's a great way to like meet new clients possibly, and also get the opportunity to like meet friends as well as that. My bad.
Awesome. No, that's perfect. And Jermaine, how about you?
I would say I chose FAU for probably 3 reasons. The first one's going to be just the overall fact that this campus is like that perfect size campus, and not to sound cliche, but it's literally not too big to where I feel lost, but it's not small enough to where I don't feel like I'm getting the college experience as well. And then I also like the fact that we're not treated as a statistic here at FAU. I feel like people, as well, like administration, they care about us as students. They ask for our input all the time regarding different decisions that they make. And then the overall hospitality in the Boca Raton area is pretty great as well. I've had nothing but nice experiences.
Awesome. Perfect. And then last but not least, Max, over to you.
The reason I came to stay at FAU is because growing up in the community, I realized how brilliant it was. Anything you want to get involved in professionally or recreationally, you can. I grew up on the water, so we still go diving, fishing every weekend, going to the Keys, but we also have several different companies and professional things. We're right next to West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. There's several different headquarters of Fortune 500 companies around here, and this just keep growing like that. So it's not necessarily college town with a bunch of kids running around. There's CEOs running around everywhere and billionaires at the Publix next door. So just definitely if you want to get involved professionally. And I really wanted to start my career day one of freshman year, not waiting until I graduated. And coming to FAU gave me the best platform to do so.
Awesome. Thanks, Max. And I'm not going to let you off the hook. You are leaving the student admissions representatives at the end of this month, but it's for good reason, right? What do you have planned? What's upcoming in your FAU career, Max?
So I begun student government in the state of Florida. You do a lot. So we have a lot of people in student government. We have the 3 branches, just like the U.S. government, and the student body president also serves on the board of trustees. So we'll be working with that. And in the forthcoming semesters, luckily for the incoming freshmen, we'll be all in person again. So we're gonna have a lot of events coming in person. We previously had in the past semester minimal events, small groups congregating together for club meetings, but now we're gonna be all in person. So you're gonna have a good college experience, especially now because we're gonna have a bunch of events more than we ever had. But being involved, I started student government as a freshman, not really knowing anything about it, and then I really worked my way up. I was COSO, which is the Council of Student Organizations Officers. Their treasurer, and where if you have a club and you want money, you come reach out to COSO and they'll give you money to buy t-shirts, anything you want like that. The racquetball club came to us and we bought them all their rackets, all their balls and everything else like that in Jersey. So it's just a lot of fun opportunity because if you want anything you want to excel at, you can just come to student government and we'll make it happen.
Awesome. So thank you for that. Right, so we're going to dive into it now. So we've got some questions coming in, so we are looking forward to answer those. So as we go down, so start and end date. So the semester, I know that one was answered, but I just want to make it clear so everyone sees. Summer 3 starts June 28th, and then fall starts August 23rd. All right. Another question come in. So, do any of you fill out the FAFSA?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Anita. So, do you know how that works? Does that cover you for all 4 years? Do you maybe have to redo it every year on October 1st when it opens? So how do you work with the FAFSA?
So basically for FAFSA, it depends on how your economic situation changes, if I could say. So you basically go in and like put in updates. You make sure you save the information. So if anything happens, you just make minor tweaks when you go in. Like say for instance, you start working, you start inputting your income inside your FAFSA, and then that calculates how much money you get out for aid. Basically, that's how it works for me.
For sure. Exactly right. And for every single student who's watching us today, we highly recommend that you do complete your FAFSA. And remember, if you're coming in for the summer semester, you will have to do the 2020-21 FAFSA plus the 21-22 FAFSA. But if you're starting in the fall, just the 21 and 22. All right. So moving on from there. Here we go. What is one thing you wish you would have known before your freshman year? Jermaine, I'm going to throw this one over to you. If there was one thing you wish you knew, if hindsight was 2020, what would you want to know before you started?
As far as the living on campus part, I just wish I had known like just how much my living situation is from other people's. My freshman year when I came in, I was in a double and I was like, I can adjust to just about anybody. And my roommate, he's more of an early bird and I'm more of a night owl. So sometimes we kind of butted heads, but we like got through the process and we were able to work things out. So I just wish that I honed in onto like what I know how to do. So that would be the only thing.
For sure. Maybe you would have started waking up earlier in the morning, right?
Yeah, yeah, that too.
We got you. So here we go. We're going to keep on moving on here. So, are there any fun clubs at FAU? So I'm going to direct this question to Onelia. Are you involved in any clubs at FAU? Are any of them fun?
Yeah, basically all of them are fun. So we have 400 plus organization here. So basically that can suit like anything you're interested in. And also if you don't find any of the 400 interesting, you can definitely create your own. But for me, I'm from Jamaica. So I love the Caribbean Student Association. So basically in that club, I'm a part of the event planning committee. So I plan events on campus out of my organization. So probably fall semester, we're definitely going to have some in-person events. So you guys please come out and support. And I'm also a part of student government. So they're planning a lot of stuff too, where I sit on the campus action committee. So I basically help listen to you guys and try to see if I can help to make some policies come on campus and help you guys have an amazing experience here at FAU.
Awesome, awesome. So there was a question, do you have to leave dorms for holiday? So we're not going to touch too much on housing questions. I know we did just have our housing tour provided to us, so we aren't going to go into that one, but if anyone can drop that one in the chat, I'm sure there's a link over to there to get that. So if students do not have a vehicle, is there school transportation provided? So basically, if you don't have a car on campus, how would you get around? Max, I'm going to ask you this question.
So there are shuttles. There's shuttles to 8 different campuses. There's 2 shuttles on campus to go counterclockwise and clockwise, so they'll take you all around campus. There's also a shuttle to the University Commons, I believe. It's a shopping center right across campus that has a Whole Foods, 7 different restaurants, a Bed Bath & Beyond. There's a shuttle that takes you to the Tri-Rail station down the street, and that Tri-Rail station goes all the way up to Jupiter, all the way down to Miami. It takes you right directly to the Miami International Airport, which is super convenient. So if you are ever flying in and you want a direct flight, you can go to Miami and take the Tri-Rail right back to FAU. There's one that takes you to the beach. There's one that takes you to another shopping center that has a Publix and other things like that. Everything in Boca is pretty close. Even if you don't take the shuttle, you can even ride your bike or scooter or Uber. It's all super close, but FAU does offer those shuttles for you.
Am I right in thinking that student government supports in some way Uber and Lyft and things like that?
Yeah, so this past semester we had this program in Lyft where we pay up to $15, 30% of your 50% of your drive. Your three drive rides a day, 3 rides a month. Excuse me, sorry. So up to $15, we cover 50% of your Lyft ride, and that was $15. And students been using that like crazy. We have all the funding for it. We fund it all. So if you guys have Lyft, right when you join, come to FAU. You can register for it, and we'll pay for your Lyft rides. And if you don't, and you have a problem doing so, you can stop by my office or email me, and then I'll make sure you get it.
Awesome. So essentially you're saying for students coming in using Lyft, there's a 50% off any ride under $15.
No, so 3 rides a month. Let's say you take $100
Okay.
Uber ride, we'll cover up to $15. Yeah. So, but that covers a lot of it, yeah.
Yeah, I see. I get it. But thank you so much. That's awesome. Really good question coming in. What is it like to be an FAU student? Jermaine, I'm going to throw this one over to you. So what's it like? What's your day-to-day like?
For me, I'm going to answer the question pre-COVID because as you guys will be coming back kind of fully operational for the fall. But
Awesome.
I would usually wake up around 10:30 in the morning. I'm not the biggest fan of morning classes, so all my classes were scheduled probably 12 to 1-ish. I'll be done with classes around 3 or 4, and then I will get whatever work I need to be done that day, and then I will hang out with friends that night and repeat the process over again.
Nice. Awesome. So what's been your favorite part of being an FAU student?
I would say
able to get up after 10 o'clock.
I would say just the big events that we have in general, and most importantly our like our sporting events. So anytime we have like game day Saturdays for our football games, even when it's a night game, they're actually very, very electric, and it's a great atmosphere to be in.
Awesome. Perfect. So question for you, O'Nelia. What are some great study places on campus?
Okay, so great study places. So we have seating areas all over campus. So if you're like an outdoor person, you can basically sit anywhere around campus. Also, we have our library. So our library is open 24/7. All you have to do is just go in, swipe, and you can basically study however long you want to study. Nobody will kick you out. Also, we have the Jewish Life Center. People also use that as basically what we call a second library at that. And you can just swipe in, go in and study as long as you want. You also have areas in your dorm rooms that you can go on the first floor, and also you can study in our computer lab, all the multi-purpose room as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So, question came in, is there a dress code? So there is not a dress code on campus, I don't believe. No. So who am I able to visit? Where can I find? Oh, here we go. This is a great question. Where can I find internship opportunities? So Max, I'm going to throw that one over to you.
So we have a career center in the student services building, which is where we come to give you your tours. We kind of call it the one-stop shop. Everything's kind of in there. On the second floor of the career center, there's a portfolio of internship opportunities, and there's more internships than people even apply for. An old tour guide, Jordan, he was a junior. He was a multimedia studies major with no internships under his belt. He walked up there, picked up the first one they offered him, and it was an encore photographer for the Miami Heat. We're in South Florida. We're connected to all the sports programs around here. The Dolphins, the former CFO of the Dolphins was a FAU grad. We're connected with the Panthers. We get cheap tickets over there. But because we're in such a dense community, a lot of the local businesses want to help FAU students out. Also, so you can go up there and go through the portfolio of all the big things they have there. We also have Handshake, which is an online platform for you to reach out to people and for them to reach out to you. But also, I definitely recommend just getting involved on campus and also getting involved in the community because there's so much around here. The reason I stayed here is because of FAU and also the community around here. I've been involved in FAU organizations, and I've met I've met the CEO of Under Armour on one of these tours. I went CEO of other places like that, and they're all just around the community. So definitely just get involved and also go by the Career Center and go by different places like that on campus.
For sure. Couldn't agree more. Right. So again, what's the process to be a resident assistant? So again, resident assistants are through housing. So you would have to reach out to housing specifically to see how that one works. But another question's coming from Kelsey. Can you discuss sororities and fraternities at FAU? So Max, again, going to throw you on the spotlight. Would you mind answering a few questions about Greek life on campus?
Yeah, so I joined a fraternity my freshman year, and it's been a lot of fun. So we have a lot of events going on, and so it's not a massive organization like demographic. We have, I forget the percentage, but it's not huge, but it's very dense. It's honestly, I've had a great time. I have 120 guys in my fraternity, and we're all close. So we also have a lot of engagements with other fraternities and sororities. So when you join the semester, you go through, hang out with them, and then you'll start doing a lot of programs. But like we're going to the Bahamas this summer, the different program through the fraternity. And we're also, so there's, I think, six or seven fraternities, like 8 or 9 sororities. We all kind of hang out. We do a lot of events because we are in South Florida, so we all go to the Keys a lot. But once you get involved, you just get really involved in the campus. If you want to join student government, joining a fraternity sorority might be efficient. It might be fun. Our dues are very cheap. I have friends at other schools, and they're paying $14,000 a semester. I pay $600. And we're going to the Bahamas, we go to the Keys, we all do these big events with the Dolphins and the Heat. So you're definitely having a very fun time, but you're also not paying that much money, which is really nice.
Yeah, awesome. Love that. So there's a couple of housing questions and financial aid questions, which we're just going to skip on. Just we're not experts in that area, right? So, I like this question come from Muno. So what are some tips and advice for class scheduling and time? So Jermaine, how do you balance your schedule, right? You say that you're not a morning person, so you obviously balance your schedule to work with you. So what are some tips and advice that you have for students in terms of that?
To kind of piggyback off what you said, you have to know your body more than anybody else does. So if you know you can wake up that early in the morning, by all means, schedule that 8 a.m. so you can have the rest of your day out. But like I said, me personally, I can't wake up that early, so I will schedule my classes at a time where I feel like I will be at like peak performance, so to say. And then I will also say to kind of manage your time, because time management is probably the most important thing as far as transitioning from high school to college, because you're going to have a lot more free time. And whether you use that to do things of leisure, or if you use that to study for an exam, the way you spend that time is going to determine your success in college.
Awesome, perfect. And then there's another question. I know I'm skipping one, but it's a very similar question. So Anita, how do you balance life and school at the same time? Is it very similar to what Jermaine's saying? Do you have a particular process that you use?
Yes. So with me, I'm more the morning person. So I'm like, give me the 8 a.m. classes, let me finish it so I can have my afternoon off to do homework or interact with like all the events that they do have on campus. Because usually they be having like football games or basketball games that are like in the afternoon. So I don't want that to like coincide my time to like have a little fun time. But I say it all depends, as Jeremy said, it all depends on you and how you feel fit. Even with having a job, I do plan my schedule like really close to where like I have time for work, I have time for school, and I also have time for social events that are held on campus as well. So I would say, as Jeremy said, time management. Please get good with time management. Practice time management.
Yes, that's honestly that's very very sound advice. Time management and you taking control of your time is going to be huge when you're at university. So, going to go back to that previous question. Where are we? What is your social life like at FAU? So, Max, I'm going to throw that one over to you.
My social life at FAU, freshman year, I got very, very, very involved. Maybe a little too involved, so everything kind of went over my head. But I really enjoyed the experience because I got to know pretty much everyone on campus and got involved in every organization I got involved in. I got even more involved in different positions. So I would definitely recommend anyone to get involved in just to get anyone coming to campus should definitely just get involved in whatever aspect of if you like Netflix, you don't really like talking to people, this Netflix club, getting involved in that, and or just if you like sports, getting involved in that. Because if you just stay in your dorm, go to class, go back to your dorm, I promise you won't reap the benefits that FAU has to offer, and you won't enjoy the experience nearly as much as you would. But I'm always doing something. I got involved, so I've always had a meeting. I'm meeting with someone to go into one group from another. But it's been a lot of fun. My time management, I got to work on it definitely, but it's been really fun because of the fact I got involved and then worked my way up like that.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, these clubs, these organizations, they're great ways to meet your community on campus, right? To find your people, which I think is awesome. So I'm going to ask you this question real quick, Max. What are the costs of those shuttles that you mentioned earlier?
The cost of the shuttles are free. They're 100% free. You can just hop on them and then ride it to another campus or just go around the school program. It's all free.
Yeah, awesome.
And the tri-rail,
Amelia, I'm going to ask you. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, I'll say the tri-rail. The tri-rail, usually you have to pay for the tri-rail to go from Miami to Jupiter, but you can get it super cheap. So you can go from Jupiter to Miami for something like $4. It's super cheap. You just got to register online that you're a student, and you'll get a huge discount. So that's also nearly free.
Nearly free. Almost. So awesome question coming in here, and I'm going to throw this one over to you, Anelia. Was it hard to make friends at FAU?
Actually, no, it isn't. Everybody is pretty friendly. So I met my friends that I currently have at orientation. So I'll say when you guys do come to orientation, please interact with all the people in your group. Don't be shy. Go out there, meet people. Who knows? Probably years from now, they're the same people that you're going to need help, and they're probably going to need your help too. So when I say network, always network. No matter where you go, network, meet people, introduce yourself. Don't be shy. You're coming into this small but big organization or campus. Just go out there and be yourself, interact with people, and you may never know what happened.
Awesome. So you're telling me you met your friend group on your first day on campus?
Yes, at orientation. It was weird, but yeah, my friend just walked in and talked to me about a presentation, and it was that. That was it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I love that. All right. So, Jermaine, I know you answered this question. Jermaine, where can you find a list of the clubs and organizations at FAU?
So when you are an admitted student and you get done with the Al Done portal, there is this thing called Al Central, and you will access that, and that will show a list of all of our 400 plus clubs that are on campus, as well as a direct link to the emails of the people who are over that particular club, so you can contact them rather easily, and they have the phone number that's down there as well.
Awesome, perfect. And we haven't heard from you a little bit, so I'm going to ask you another question. Cafeteria. What's the food selection like? Are there healthy options? What's available in the campus cafeteria?
Yeah, so to try to answer your question without going too deep, we do have a variety of different food. We have a particular grill for people who have dietary preferences. So if you're vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, they have options that can accommodate your diet. And then we also have a nutritionist that's on campus as well that can accommodate any dietary restrictions that you might have. And then we also have our American section for people who are like more picky eaters, like chicken tenders and hamburgers and stuff. And then we also have our actual grill, which is like different cuisines like Italian, Ethiopian, South American. The list goes on.
Awesome, awesome. Love that, love that. So, here's a good question coming in. What's your favorite event that FAU has hosted for students? So, Max, I'm going to throw this one to you. You're involved in all the events on campus. Which one's been your favorite?
The bonfire is always a good one. So in the beginning of each home game, our first home game of the football season, we get a mascot, a whole wooden sculpture of the mascot, whoever we're playing. And then we have a concert at the same time. We burn the mascot. It's a huge fire. And then the concert's going on. So last time we did it, it was UCF night. And then Waka Flocka came out in a huge concert. Everyone was out there going crazy. And it was a lot of fun. The homecoming is always memorable. We always have speakers come. I remember last time we had or two top. One of the recent ones was 21 Savage. He came with some other people, and it was a lot of fun. All the students were there. Some of my friends from other universities came down to go to the concert. It was $21 for 21 Savage, so it was pretty cheap too. So it was a lot of fun. But also the tennis club. So I'm on the club team. And if you're in other club sports, you do the same thing. We travel around to Florida State schools and universities and play their team. It's kind of an FAU event, so it's super cheap. It cost me $15 for 5 days. We got to hang out with all our friends and play tennis.
Awesome, super sweet. So, I'm going to throw this one over to you, Jermaine, I think. What benefits do the sports teams offer? So I'm trying to think, maybe in terms of club sports and intramural sports, what is that going to bring to a prospective student or a current student's, time at FAU?
I'm gonna try to answer this question as best as possible, and if any of you guys have any extra input, I definitely encourage it. But as far as our different sports, we do have like different. I would say it's different tiers. So with our intramural sports, you're going to be with some of your closest friends or just some people you might think is good at a particular sport, and you go against other students on campus. And with that, the competition is pretty moderate. It's not too much. It won't be like you're not playing anybody at all, and that's actually pretty fun. They give out like free T-shirts, cash prizes, trophies, and things like that. And then, as Max mentioned before, we also have club sports, which you will actually have to try out for, but you get to travel all across the state to different places at cheap prices to play other schools, which is also another fun experience. And then, obviously, we also have our Division I sports as well, and that's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah, awesome, perfect. Appreciate that. That was perfect, Jermaine. So I'm going to throw this one to you, Max. If you don't live on campus, would you still have the same experiences if you were?
Yeah, so I'm a junior now, and I've never lived on campus. I grew up a mile away, so I just stayed at home. And now I'm the forthcoming student body president, so you can definitely do anything, even if you're not living on campus. If you're living across the street, you can still be as involved as you want or as uninvolved as you want. I'm in a fraternity, and that doesn't really make a difference whether you're on campus or not. I know people who have stayed on campus all 4 years, and they've loved it. And me, I still live at home with my dog, and I've had a great experience still.
Yeah, awesome. I agree. And honestly, the only thing I'd add to that is it is what you make of it, right? If you choose to make the most of your college experience, you're on campus, you get involved early, regardless of where you live, you're going to find your friends, your community. So yeah, I highly recommend off campus, just get involved, just get on it, honestly. So another question's coming in. Onelia, question for you. Can you purchase food from campus if you don't live on campus?
Yes. So besides you can actually go into the Atlantic Dining Hall and do walk-in and pay a small fee to eat inside the dining hall. But if you're not feeling that, we do have a breezeway food court. So basically in our breezeway food court, that's where we have like restaurants like Wendy's, P.F. Chang's, Pollo Tropical, and other restaurants, Einstein Brothers as well. And we also have a Chick-fil-A on campus. So if you're interested in that, Chick-fil-A, go. Please get the sandwiches. the best. And we also have a Dunkin' Donuts in our library. So if you want to get coffee and donuts, and the biggest thing we have is Starbucks. So if you're a Starbucks fan, we do have Starbucks on campus. So that's another place you can go to for a quick breakfast and coffee.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, thank you. So, Max, I'm going to throw this over to you. What traditions does FAU students have?
There's a lot, but the bonfire is definitely one of them. We have some other traditions where the Palmetto, the beach is right super close, so everyone's running to the beach. We're doing a lot. We're making a lot of new traditions with the football stadium, but I'll keep that a secret until freshman year when they come. A lot of exciting things are coming, but traditions definitely revolve around the water. I mean, we're so close to the beach and the Keys, so everyone always goes down there. And different organizations have other things. So in the tennis club, we have some traditions where there's a big tournament in Miami. We get funding through the school, and we'll use that funding to go to this tournament. And Roger Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, they're all there. So it's cool because one of the traditions we have is we go there and see the players at a minimal cost. So a soccer club might have their own thing, so it's all dependent on where it is. But the FAU traditions, yeah, the football traditions is a lot with that. The brown fire and the concerts is one, and then going to the beach.
Awesome, awesome, perfect. So, well, let me see if there's any more questions I haven't hit. So, are people who aren't enrolled into FAU able to go to football games and other events? So, I'm going to ask this one very quickly. So, football games, of course, right? You can come and attend one of our FAU football games. You can come to our stadium, which is on campus. Other events, it very much depends which event it's going to be, right? Large-scale events can often be open to the public. However, for example, our annual bonfires for FAU students, particular small events, is just for our FAU student body. So I can't give you a yes or a no. It's more dependent on which event that's going to be. All right, perfect. So I believe that is all of the questions there. So if I miss any questions, please just drop them in the chat real quick. I think I've covered all of them, so I'm good to go. But if there's anything else, any last minute questions, please drop them in the chat as quick as you can. But from myself, I'd like to say thank you all for joining us today. It's been a pleasure having you. Some awesome questions come in. I hope we managed to get them all answered to you. And our students did a great job of making you kind of feel and understand, what a huge privilege it is to be an FAU student, right? So before we go, just want to mention, I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times today, but it's almost decision time, right? So we're ready to go, and we're ready to have all of you kind of fledging owls with us. You just need to make sure that you make that decision, drop that tuition deposit in, and then get your onboarding going. So you have until May 1st to do it. But like you hear with lots of things in life, the sooner you do it, the better, right? It really does make that process much, much, much easier for you. So if you've committed to FAU, don't procrastinate. Don't be like Jermaine, waking up late and then getting on with it. Be Onelia and be up early and ready to go and drop that deposit in class. All right. So for me, I'm going to say thank you for joining us. No else.